So Stretch, I'm just gonna ask you I'm just telling you everything about. This is very bad, but it's kind of a real thing to say, but it's very hard. So for some reason, Stretch, it's a new name called the homicide lockdown, but I think there's something wrong with it, but I've been recently discovered, but all the shops were all closed, but I came in alongside, but it doesn't really actually work, but I know it's hard to tell, but there is nothing we can do, but I'm sorry. But recently, Stretch, I've seen the other people in my mind, but other than the other one. So you can see that this is all in my mind and blown up. For some reason, Stretch, it doesn't really matter what we were doing, but it's hard to tell. But the only thing I can do it, but there is the only ways we can save people. Or where. But nothing exactly what we're doing, but not really. I'm afraid. But I can't do it, I'm afraid, but nothing serious. Oh yes, but not that really though, Jason. But for some other reasons, then it doesn't really matter. We do have to make everything on purpose, but it's really hard to tell. It's very hard. But for some other reasons, Jason, it doesn't receive anything from a cause, actually. But eventually, there is something wrong about this. But, by the way, it's not that simple, it's not that kind of complicated. It's just complicated for some reason, Jason. But at the meantime, it's not gonna work. So I have to tell which one it is and which it doesn't. But for some reason, Jason, it's not that simple. I know it's too complicated for you, but eventually no. So I'm about to say nothing, but this is not gonna happen to me or to us. Not that really good enough, You don't really understand or anything, but maybe some other times, I think. We always feel familiar with it. But at the meantime, Jason, the homicide lockdown will be finished. It's a long way to remove the lockdown. The lockdown will be opened next year. But today's the 11th of December. It's nearly Christmas next. What I was thinking is now, Jason, but we're on it now. But recently, you may have to check it, but the Christmas day is on the next few weeks. The Christmas day is on a 25th. So it's on next 2 weeks. So the 2 weeks until Christmas. So this is day 11. Day 11, Jason. But we're on it still. But for the reason why, it's hard to tell, but for some reason, but to be honest though, Jason, it is kind of a real thing to say, but you're the one who's told me about the homicide lockdown, didn't you? But recently, it's hard. It's hard to finish the lockdown, but unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't work. So I have to keep myself busy while I'm still having it. So basically, you know, there was a few things that we also wanted to do, but you know, you can do the right thing, aren't you? But some reason it doesn't really matter, but we'll wait and see. We'll make everything promised, as we all wished. You know what I mean? What I was thinking is now, Jason, it's kind of real thing, but it's hard to tell. So you may want to hang out with your friends, you know, hang out with me. Everything else is on here, but you know. So what were you gonna say? It's not that simple. It's simple, complicated, Jason, but you know, I have to forgive what you make. It's an honor. But what I was thinking is now, Jason, but you do the right thing, aren't you? Maybe not the real thing, but... And yet also, I saw you on live from, you know, last month. I saw you on live. You was at the White House Assembly. Do you notice? I think you did, Stretch. Tell you what, Stretch. The only thing what Jefferson just said to me earlier, I'll have to do my best. The best thing to do, it's all in my head. I'll have to keep fighting. But they need me. For some reason, Stretch. I'm about to say, but if there's nothing you can tell me though, Stretch. I won't let you down, but it makes me feel high for this. But for some reason though, Stretch, it can be. But what I was thinking is now, Stretch, is to think of it on its own. But we think about why we always doing this. And how were you just respecting to let this happen? And you think this is not gonna happen when all people around in the city, it doesn't come too close. It's all in our range. But the raging fires are not any different regions. All the regions were fielded. They all have to board it up in a fields, but they don't have to make everything on purpose. But the reason why, Stretch, it's not the real thing to say, but the thing is, Stretch, it's not gonna happen when it's done. Well, suddenly, it's hard to tell, but you always have to believe me. But yeah, that's all I've done. By the way, Stretch, I will save the world. I have to stop people. I have to stop the infections or something, but they need me, but they need us. They need us right now, Stretch. From now on, I'll have to find out and who I was supposed to be. I'll have to take care of it. If there's nothing I can do, I'll do my best. Wishing me luck, Stretch. Look after your family, okay? They all might know when you're doing it. Or they all might know when you're ready. I have to do it myself. If there's nothing I can do, we're doing it quickly and straight. So I have to be back for him. Alright? Well, by the way, Stretch, good luck, man. I have to forgive. It's all in my mind, but it's all in. I have to go now. I will see you later now, Stretch, okay? I have to get everything stuff already, but I think anyone who can tell, it's the only choice we have left. See you, Stretch.